Welcome to The Coffee Grind with the Denton Chamber of Commerce, powered in part by Classic of Denton.
Good morning, Denton. My name is Travis Veselka, and I'm the Director of Membership and Marketing for the Denton Chamber of Commerce. And with me, as always, is my trusty co-host.
Good morning, Denton. My name is Randy Skinner, and I serve on the Chamber Board. And as a member, I represent Denton County Friends of the Family.
And you're watching the Chamber Coffee Grind. We're recording live from the DentonRadio.com studio inside of the Discover Denton Welcome Center on historic downtown Denton Square. We're here to keep you up to date with what's going on in the business community, highlighting featured initiatives and events from the Denton Chamber of Commerce. And today, we're talking about the Best of Denton County with Kelly Murray of Murray Media Group.
Thank you. Welcome, Kelly.
So, Kelly, is there anything else that people should know about you aside from just
introduce
being
yourself. Tell us about you, Kelly.
Oh, geez. Nothing like being put on the spot. Thanks. Especially this early in the morning. Well, let's see. I am actually Canadian. I don't know if that's one of my hidden.
From
yes.
what part of Canada?
Just north of Niagara Falls, like 10 minutes.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm actually very southern because it's almost the most southern part of Canada.
Okay.
So I tell everyone I'm southern.
Yes. So. It's like, well, it's you're southern. It's like different kind of southern. Like
exactly.
it's all the same thing, right?
Yeah.
You have to remind me, which province is that?
It's Ontario.
Ontario.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So I have an A and a y'all.
Okay,
oh, nice.
There you go.
Very messed up.
It's like the perfect combination.
Do you ever throw a sorry in there? Every once in a while?
Yeah, that's usually what outs me, or out. Anything with OU. Anything with O.
I heard on the
That's
radio
fun.
they were talking about a young woman that was like running on the beach and ran into the Canadian border and got arrested.
Oh, I heard about this
Did you hear
just
about
the other
that?
day.
I
yes.
know. I was like, oh my gosh. Well, luckily I don't run very much, so like I'm not really at risk for that.
Indeed.
But I was like, I felt really bad for her because I'm like, man, you're probably your fitness is forever thrown
That's
off.
right.
Like,
She better run faster.
Well, how long have you been in Texas?
15 years.
Okay. All right.
That's a good enough time
So,
to naturalize.
Do you own a pair of cowgirl boots?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good.
Yes, I have
I just
acclimated well.
have to make sure if you come to Texas, if you're in Texas for like more than a week, like you need to own a pair. Of
I think when you
cowgirl
come
boots.
over, they hand you like your
They do.
what's needed.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a
How
kit.
to fit
Welcome
in
to
kit. Yes. Do you like
Texas.
jalapenos? Do you own cowboy boots?
Yes. Yes.
So-
That's so true.
That's fun. I enjoyed this conversation, and I wish I could continue doing it. Okay, so
Best of Denton County.
Which came first, Murray Media or Best of Denton County?
Murray Media was here first. We started it as the Yellow Pages.
Oh my gosh.
Back when people knew what those were.
Heck yeah.
Hopefully,
Yes.
some of these listeners still do.
Yeah.
So we were the Lone Star Yellow Pages. So we had
Indeed.
phone books all over Texas.
Yeah.
And then from there, we spun off and added some magazines. So it started out with Go Pages, which we now have in Texas, Louisiana, and Canada.
That's
Okay.
incredible.
Yeah. And then from there, it kind of spun out into more magazines. We do lifestyle magazines, several in the DFW area.
Wow. Yeah.
Indeed.
And then Best of Denton County was actually started not by us. So it was part of the News Connection. So one of South Denton's oldest establishments back then. And so we had participated in it as
Sure.
just a business. So we thought, we got to actually experience it from the other side. And then when they were, obviously newspapers are having a little trouble.
Sure.
So when they were looking to discontinue, they had approached us about buying it.
Would you like to continue this on?
Right. So we had taken it over, I guess it's 6 years now that we've had it. And that's when we changed it into the magazine format that it is in
Cool.
the online voting.
How long have
Very
they been
cool.
doing Best of Denton County then?
So it was officially established in 2004, but it was actually started prior to that.
Gotcha.
So the News Connection had it from 2004, and I think it was started even before that.
For that.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Interesting. There's a history here that I
Yes.
did not know.
So tell us, for those of our viewers or listeners or people watching it later, if they didn't know what Best of Denton County was, how would you describe it to like a newbie?
The way I like to describe it is really how I was introduced to it. So unlike most best ofs that you see, all over the place, what makes kind of Best of Denton County so unique is you actually have a nomination process. So in most best ofs, the publisher gets to say, hey, you guys are my 3 favorite businesses, and now I'm going to let everyone vote on who's the best of you 3. So we really just put it on. We have no control over anything other than the categories.
What the people decide, they decide.
They decide.
Yeah.
So there's a month of nominations where anyone in the county can go out and nominate any business under all the different category options we have. At the end of nominations, we use SurveyMonkey, so it spits out and says, okay, based on this category, these 3 people or these 3 businesses had the most nominations. So we take all that information, then put it back out there, and then everyone gets to go back out and vote.
And then the voting happens.
Right, and then the voting happens, and then they get crowned the winner.
The
That's
best
awesome.
of.
It's a very democratic process. I
thought
this.
so. Yeah, that was pretty good.
So it's essentially like our local People's Choice Award for
Exactly.
everything. And I love, so, I mean, there's so many different categories. And so I feel like it really does highlight so many of the coolest spots and just businesses that I think go above and beyond.
Right.
I mean, it's such a wide variety.
Yeah, and that's
awesome.
what we like about it, because, I mean, let's face it, small business ownership is a grind.
Yeah, it is.
And that's what Denton County's made up of predominantly. So it's nice to finally, focus some attention on the people that are out there and doing a great job that may or may not get a pat on the back very often. So
That's very true. And here they get the chance for that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We've had a lot of chamber members that have been Best of Denton County award winners. So it's
Which
a pretty big deal.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah. We like to think that our chamber members are the best of Denton.
We do.
absolutely.
yes.
So,
So have y'all introduced like any extra categories and stuff to kind of help recognize some that might not have been able to be nominated?
Yeah, absolutely. So every year we have a point of time where we put it out on social media for anyone to kind of email or call in and recommend different categories. So we are always, and we have a board that kind of approves them just to, some people come up with some weird ones, to be honest. It's
Right.
Denton County.
Yep.
And you have to have more than just you in
Right,
order to make
yeah.
a category
Yes.
with it. So everyone's welcome to make suggestions, and then we just kind of talk about them as a group and if it makes sense. And then at the same time, we look for categories that may have been around for so long that really aren't relevant
Not
anymore.
No more businesses
Yeah.
do that kind of
So,
thing.
Yeah. So we're always trying, and of course you can't get them all. 'Cause
And indeed.
there's a lot
So
out
what's
there.
an example of like one of the weird requests you've gotten? I'm so interested.
I hope I don't offend you. I mean, we had what was it recently? Mobile scissor sharpening. Knife sharpening. Sorry, knife
Mobile
sharpening.
Knife sharpening.
It's very
Yes.
specific.
Very
Very,
specific.
very specific.
Right.
Like, okay.
That was just
Mobile-
recent. I mean,
I
there's
didn't
been
even-
more, but
I didn't even know that was
No.
a thing.
Indeed.
They come to you.
They
Just-
come to you
which,
and
I mean,
sharpen
is-
your knives. So if you're a serial killer, like definitely call them because I mean they just
They come to
cater
you.
to you. So
Or if you're like a traveling chef. maybe
Traveling
that's
chef.
also
that's probably better.
Traveling
probably should
chef,
have left went with that one.
It's the perfect business for a traveling chef or a serial
Or-
killer.
yeah,
or
I
a
can
butcher.
see.
Butcher.
But
Right.
yeah,
Yes.
indeed.
Okay.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I take it that probably didn't take off.
It did not
Yeah.
because we couldn't find anyone other than the suggested business that does this. There was
Sure.
only
Of
one,
course.
so we can't obviously have a competition.
Well, they should
and-
automatically win then.
Yeah, that's I think
Yeah.
what most people felt. So
Yeah.
we're like,
awesome.
We also kind of deal with that on a chamber basis where we have our directory and
Right.
it's based on categories. And the more general your category, the better you actually have of a time of being found in some of these
Right.
things. Instead of being so specific that you're only going to be the one in that category, it's so specific somebody
Right.
would have to drill down that far just to get to you.
just to find you.
So
It's got to be how
ideally-
people think about it and would use the
Right.
directory. So kind of same concept.
Yeah, and we were used to that being, our history being in yellow pages. We were just kind of used to
Yeah.
always thinking just the way you were saying.
Yeah.
So
a little broader of a category
Yeah,
helps, pushes
right.
everybody in there, and you get to see
Thinking
each
in
other.
categories. Oh,
Indeed.
a fun one.
So we kind of discussed like the dates and things like that. So
Yes.
what phase?
Tell us.
We're in
Tell
the
us.
the voting phase or the
we are in
nomination
the nomination phase.
Nominations.
Yes. So nominations, I believe, started June 11th. So we'll have a month of nominations, which are going on right now. bestdencounty.com.
Right.
All right.
And
bestdencounty.com.
there you go. And so once that happens, I think I can actually tell you the date here. The cutoff, I believe, is on, let's look here, July 11th.
July 11th.
Perfect.
For the nominations. And then we will announce the top 3 on July 25th.
Okay.
And it's that same day. So we don't tell anyone in advance.
Oh, fun!
We just put it out who the top 3 are.
So it comes as a surprise.
Comes as a surprise. And really, sometimes people don't always know, but we just feel it's the most fair way. You can't in a short period of time turn around the nominations and call everyone. And so it goes on from the July 25th till August 22nd.
Okay.
Where people can go back in and nominate.
It's a good month or so.
Yeah, a good month for that. And it's one nomination or vote per day, per email address, per IP address. So you can't, have an iPad and just have everyone walking through your door, kind of doing
cheating.
No cheating. I'm sure there's ways around it, but it's you have to work for it at least.
Yeah, you really have to go out of your way to do that.
Really be creative.
Yes.
What do we got commenting on there?
Gotcha, thank you. Okay, so scissor sharpening is a legit thing for hairdressers and stylists. That's a very good point. Thank you, Taylor.
Taylor.
That makes more sense.
And Danielle, I cut away for 1 second and come back to serial killers and butchers. Indeed. Yes.
We've changed the theme of our show, Danielle. It's a little murder mystery happening now.
That's a fun podcast, by the way. My favorite murder.
Oh, is that the one where they're like kind of humor based? Like they're like real dry sense of humor?
I mean, yeah.
It's the two girls?
I believe so.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. They talk about the different serial killers.
Indeed. Yeah, we're going off on
we digress again.
Yeah.
It happens.
All right. So, have you had any surprise winners? And I don't want to like call anybody out.
Yeah.
But anything
every year.
Really? Okay.
Every single year, I get surprised by it because I don't see it at all until like we have everyone in the office signs non-disclosure disclosure agreements, and myself just because people do call and ask me how's it going. I don't look at it at all.
Just not
I
to
just
know.
don't know. And every year it's a surprise.
That's
there's
awesome.
so many categories where people maybe have won it for years, and then there's some new person
Somebody
that came out of the gate and
steals the sunshine.
It's really anybody's game.
It is.
It's like you put a little time in, you get your raving fans to give you a shout out and vote, and the prize could be yours.
There's a reception that happens for like the nominees or the winners.
Yes. So we have actually three main parties. We have a few mixers in between there. It's fun to get everyone together.
It is.
So we have a kickoff party that starts just before the nominations open up.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the top three mixers. So once all the top three are announced, we bring all the top three together. And that's in August. And then once the winners are announced in September, we bring all the winners out for another party. So we're all about the parties. Get everyone together.
And there's lots of Denton businesses that have won it year over year. And it's kind of like this bragging right.
Right.
The ultimate bragging rights, and such a great marketing tool for so many people to be able to
because you end up seeing the blue Best of Denton.
Yeah, the ribbon.
I don't know what you call it,
like
cartouche.
Yeah, ours are like the
little
square
box
Best Denton County icons
Yeah.
there. And I always try to remind people too, because it's a county award, like even making it into top three
That's
is so
huge.
impressive.
Deal.
Because we get over a million nominations and then over 1.5 million votes come in. So by the time someone wins a category or even gets in the top three, like it is amazing to me how many people have voted for them. And it's not easy. If you guys have done it, it's not like you get to put your name in once and then just pick a bunch of different favorites. You have to keep going in and putting it in. It's how, kind of cumbersome.
Yeah. It takes a little
Very
time.
consistent type of voting.
Yeah. So, but it's...
I like this.
That's
This
awesome.
is fun.
So, Best of Denton County, you guys still have an opportunity until July 11th to go and nominate your favorite business. It's bestofdentoncounty.com. So, get out there, nominate, and then cross your fingers you get picked.
That's right.
Top three. And you'll have
And
to
if you
go vote
don't,
again.
it's not my fault.
Yeah.
No, don't blame anybody.
Don't blame us. We're just the messenger.
Yeah. That's awesome. Is there anything else that we didn't ask about Best of?
Let me think about that. We, in November, come out with the exclusive Best of Denton County magazine. So that is much like a directory. We like people to have it and use it for the whole year, and it's a great thing.
How can people obtain this magazine?
So in November, we mail it out to 45,000 selected homes, but then we do have pickup areas like the chambers. We do extra, we blanket all the waiting rooms in the area.
Yes.
And then a lot of realtors buy extra boxes of them for their relocation packages.
Oh, that's a
so
great
we
idea.
do open it up where, if people want to buy cases of them, we just charge them like what it costs us for it. So there's a lot of pickup places like that get them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, keep an eye out, Denton, and get ready. And I'm excited to see who's going to get best of this year.
It's a very exciting time of year.
Yes. It is exciting. And then I love, like, especially on social media, you just, like, see everybody's, like, blowing up, and they're like, I got it, I did it. And I love seeing all the promotion, like, this is my first year to ever get it, or, you know, 5th year running. Like, it's really a true celebration of Denton business.
And that's actually one thing. We use the hashtag every year of BODC, so Best of Denton County, and then the year. So if anyone's putting stuff out there on social media, use hashtag BODC 2018, because that way we can tick it up and share it. We love, especially some people are so creative that when we see them, we want to share it out and show people, like, hey, this is some of the things that are going on, to give other people ideas with it. So
that's
awesome. Perfect.
Yeah.
Hashtag BODC 2018.
That's right. 2018.
I like it.
All right.
Indeed.
What's next?
I think that kind of. One other thing. So I've seen a lot of people, with like banners and stuff that they put out.
Yes.
Is that something that they just print themselves, or is that something that is that part of the award?
Well, there's a couple of things. So on our Best of Denton County website, there's a marketing tab, and there you can go in, and our graphics team has created a bunch of free graphics. So
Pre-made everything.
Prepaid. Yeah, you can go in there. It's sized for Facebook and social media, or print it for your doors and anywhere to promote it.
Awesome.
And then, of course, we do have large posters and things like that you can order. You can either order from us if you want. We just do it at cost, or we're happy to send out the graphics to any of your printers, so the local printers can get involved, and we don't slide everything to one particular person with it.
That's awesome.
So, yeah,
that's a big deal. So those of us that win, fingers crossed, I know who I'm rooting for. We could order a banner, and I know a lot of businesses do that. Like, I know I've seen it, like, when they're tabling at different events, or I've even seen like just kind of doing like a Facebook Live video, like holding it up. Like, it's so fun. I'm excited.
Yes, and that's the main thing. I mean, I try to remind everyone, it's have fun with it. Just, and it's the more you promote it after you win, the more you get out of it. Like a chamber membership, right?
Absolutely.
What you get in, you get out.
Absolutely.
So what you put into it is what you get out of it. Yeah,
absolutely.
Awesome.
And if there, it's our show. So if there are any chamber members from the Denton Chamber of Commerce who are up for nomination, you can certainly try and tag the chamber in some of your stuff, and we'll help you spread some of the word on social media.
Definitely.
But
yeah, we'll have to do, like, when the nomination list comes out, we should go and pull it, and we'll give a shout out to all of the chamber members that get nominated. That would be fun. Stay tuned for next show. Not next show, because we're not doing next week.
Yeah, we're not doing this in a week.
We'll wait
until the nominations are like
Jake, I don't know if we told you, we're gonna take July 4th off. So
it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we were like, let's not do the chamber. Wouldn't that be terrible? Like, it's like our whole day off, and then we have to come in just for this one thing. Like, I plan to stay in my pajamas that day.
I don't think anybody's going to be watching at 10 a.m. on July 4th. The
not.
Yankee Doodle Parade, I believe, is happening at this time. So
there you go. You
we could go live. If I could wear my pajamas at the Yankee Doodle
Randy
Parade.
in her pajamas. Yankee Doodle Parade.
I'm there.
You put on like a blouse or something. You could totally sit there and just fake it. Like, you're wearing the right clothes.
Yes. You don't even have to put pants on.
Don't even. Optional. Pants are optional on 4th of July.
Pants are always optional.
All right. Are we at our... do your little intro, your transition statement.
All right, so there's always something going on at the chamber. Becoming a member certainly has its advantages. We have our events calendar that you can, as a member, post your events onto our calendar, and then we will take those and talk about them here and help promote those to the chamber membership. So we're just going to do it in chronological order. All right, so on June 28th, this starts tomorrow. At noon, there's a finding the right franchise and how to find it, how to finance it. And this is being put on in Dallas, but it is through a Denton Chamber member. And they'll help you find franchises if you're interested in taking that on as a business model, and ways of getting loans. They'll have a specialist there to help talk about how to get these things financed, and lunch is provided. And you'll also be entered into a drawing at the end for a $50 Visa gift card. So if you want to find out more information, just go to the chamber calendar at denton-chamber.org and click on events.
Then we have, as a chamber member, a benefit is celebrating your grand opening, or maybe moving, or some sort of milestone. So we do ribbon cuttings. So we have the Hickory Creek Ranch apartment ribbon cutting on June 29th from 12 to 12:30. And that is off of Cedar Creek Lane here in Denton. So that's going to be at 12 o'clock on June 29th.
It's on a Friday.
on a Friday.
And then in July, we've got Thank a Hero Range Days from July 9th through July 20th. I want to say it's a shooting competition.
Youth and Family Counseling's hosting it.
Indeed, thank you. And it's teams of first responders, veterans, and other supporters of mental health counseling community compete for the highest score and win.
And bragging rights, it says.
I see that, yeah.
And bragging rights.
This is a good thing to be competing for. So let's see. Starts Monday,
goes for a while,
July 9th,
yeah. Like I think it goes almost
Friday,
through
July
the whole
20th.
month of July 20th. Yeah.
Oh, there's a light lunch and awards presentation on July 20th from 1 to 3.
Oh,
So
that'll be fun.
for more information, again, go to the calendar.
So then we have the business networking lunch that the chamber puts on. This is going to be held at Spring Hill Suites, and it will be on July 13th, which is a Friday as well. So it starts at 11:45. You can grab lunch, and we'll be there till 1. So there's networking and then a speaker as well. And our speaker for that day is going to be Sarah Schroeder. I was like, where is it? Sarah Schroeder with Camp Gladiator, talking about health, fitness, wellness, balancing that with your work life. And Sarah, if you're listening, I hope there's a burpee or two as well.
I'll have to, if she's not, I'll pass it along.
Like,
Sarah, there will be a burpee.
There will be a burpee.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And hopefully she doesn't make the whole crowd do a burpee. I think when she spoke at one of our young professionals things, we like all had to get up and do a jumping jack or something.
They like
in
to
like business clothes.
Oh yeah, it was pretty fantastic. Like she probably would make us do burpees if half of us weren't in like heels, and then like your slacks are a little tighter, so like the risk of ripping them,
that's true,
a little intensified. We'll see what happens.
Do you participate in Camp Gladiator?
No, but I know Sarah.
You know who she is?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Everybody knows Sarah.
How could you not?
I think CG's won Best of Denton
They
County
have.
before, for Best Outdoor Fitness Camp.
Yep.
So
Way to know those things.
yes.
And then, certainly not least, but last, is on August 3rd, we have our Denton ISD new employee reception. Every year, the Chamber and, Adopt a School, the Public School Foundation, and Denton ISD all pool together and create this event for the new hires at Denton ISD. So every year, we have like hundreds of new hires for the school district. And we pull together a bunch of vendors and chamber businesses that are specific to maybe like educational resources or helping teachers or anybody that has just relocated to the area. So there's some real estate agents, some insurance agents, because these are some folk who are new to Denton. They've never been here and they got a job here, so it's really great. But we do this on August 3rd this year, starting from 11:30 to 1. And if you're interested in being part of this reception, we have tables that are available for what's the word? Purchase, sponsorship, I should say. So if you'd like to participate, we have this information on the Chamber's website. But it's a really great way to reach the hundreds of new hires and get your name in front of them for whatever various marketing reasons you might have for reaching this population. But it's a really good thing. Some of the extra money that we raise goes towards grants for these teachers. And so they're entered into kind of a drawing, or they have a little bit of a competition. And we have several different grants that go out to the new teachers. So it's a really great way to help them get a leg up in their classroom or get them some extra supplies that they might not always have. So it's a really great function to be putting on every year.
And shout out to our silver sponsors who have already stepped up to help make this happen. So Guarantee Bank, Liberty Mutual, and United Educators Association. And there's still room for additional sponsors to come in. You get a table, but more importantly, you're supporting the community, supporting these new teachers. And to be able to walk into your classroom and kind of know that you have a few extra bucks to make it more of your own and really just a better environment for the kids, that has to really just start your year off. So the more supporters we have for this, y'all, the more grants we're able to give for these teachers.
Indeed. So if you happen to know anybody that might be interested in this, you can certainly forward this information along over to them.
Yes.
And then they can contact the Chamber for sponsoring a table. And then, what else we got?
And
that's it.
That's all we have.
So
but
before we wrap up, we always like to ask a prepared fun question. So we did not prepare you for this.
I was going to say, I did not know about this prepared fun question.
But we were prepared for it. So we try to ask one of two questions now.
Okay.
So it's either what was your first job, or how do you like to go Dentoning?
Okay.
Hashtag Dentoning.
Do I get to pick the question, or you guys
Sure.
pick it for me?
Choose whichever one you want.
Which one would you like to answer?
Well, I'm a mom of 4, so I don't do a lot of Dentoning right now.
Oh, okay.
Unless there's a baseball tournament up here. So I'd probably bore you guys to death if I answered that question.
Okay.
Let me see. My first job. I've had a lot. So in Canada, I don't think our work laws are probably the same. So I started in the 6th grade. In the 6th grade, I worked at a hair salon on weekends, and I was responsible for washing and shampooing. I was the shampoo girl.
Oh, my gosh.
And
Yeah.
I did get promoted to be able to put perm solution. That was how long ago it was when
Wow.
people were getting
You
perms.
were perming hairs in 6th grade.
Yeah, I was able
This
to.
feels
See?
risky.
I look back and think, wow. Yeah.
They allowed you to do what?
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's a little sketchy for sure. But
so next week we're gonna have Kelly on to perm Travis's hair.
There you go. See?
And now you're like heading up an international company.
See?
That's pretty cool.
Anything can happen,
Anything can
right?
happen.
You just never know. So
That's beautiful. I love it.
I love that. That's hilarious.
Well, thank you for indulging us with our
Well, there you
prepared
go.
for
Yes.
question that you were unprepared
What was
for.
your first job? I forget.
Oh gosh, that's a hard one. I can't remember if it was me working for a sheriff's campaign to be elected, or if it was for my local church to help
so
like
both really-
organize tax. I forget what it's called, but you know when you like give to the church, it's tax
like your
tax
tax
write-off. or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. So we had to do like data entry for that. And I can't
That
remember if
sounds
it's
less
that
fun.
or
Yeah.
the sheriff's campaign.
Both of those are like very like civically minded service
yeah.
jobs.
You're
Like,
Yeah,
kind of
look
making
where
me
I
feel
am
bad
now.
now.
Like, well done,
Indeed,
Travis.
especially when my like education did not even take me into that realm of things.
It
But
never
this
does.
is where you end up.
Yeah.
Arts.
Yeah,
Awesome.
the arts.
Well, this was fun. Thank you for sharing
for
with us
having
about
me.
Best of Denton County. Y'all be sure to go nominate until July 11th, and then
Go vote
on
after
at
that.
the end of July, I forget the
I think it was
28th,
the
20
25th.
25th, you'll see an announcement of who won the nomination, and then we'll all go vote.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 2-part process. Nominate
right.
first.
Indeed,
got
simple, easy peasy.
Is there a best podcast? So
See, that's a new kind. I don't
there a
know. Do we
best-
have, see?
When that rolls back around,
there you
So
go.
we're gonna submit that, and like we have an idea of the best like radio show or podcast. But it would be really cool because
There's
actually
plenty around.
on
Yeah, actually, it
DentonRadio.com there are so many DJs that are doing such really creative,
Great idea.
podcasts, and Jake and his team are really pouring in. So, and there's ones that even aren't DentonRadio.com that are just throughout the county. So,
Yeah,
I
we
will-
do love that. Honestly, when
That'd be
we get
so
category
cool.
suggestions, sometimes we're like, "Geez, that was so obvious. Why did we
Why
think
did we not
of
think of
it?"
this?
Yeah.
So that is a good one, especially for Denton.
Well, y'all, if they do add this category, we have a suggestion of who you should vote for. So
Indeed.
we're just saying. Just saying. Since we made
Not
up the
naming
category.
names or anything, but
Like, I'm just saying maybe you should fill us in this year since we made up the category and all. Like,
you
you know.
sound like the scissor sharpening lady.
My bad.
indeed.
All right.
Good
well,
thinking. I enjoy
okay.
it.
So we're not here next week. You guys, you enjoy your 4th of July.
Yes.
Be safe.
we'll pick
What's
it
your
up the
favorite
week
firework?
after.
Let's end it with that. My favorite are those little charcoal things. They're like the poop
Like the
snakes.
snakes.
Oh, and they
Like,
grow.
Yeah.
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 Love those
Oh
things.
gosh, what is my favorite? So I'm gonna go with like a pretty traditional one, but it's kind of specific.
Okay,
But
tell
it's
me.
like it's the big puff ones that
Yeah.
go up in the air, but
Oh.
it'll
But
like
then they
do
fizzle?
it'll do
The
yeah, they fizzle. So they've got
Yeah.
like the one color and then there's like that second part and
Yeah.
it kind of just like does its thing.
Jake, do you have
That's
a
my
favorite
fave.
firework? No,
That's
any.
shrugging shoulders.
Apparently,
Yeah.
he hates fireworks.
go.
So, all
Bad
right, y'all
Jake.
have a great 4th of July.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.